Hello students, welcome back to the geography class. Now in the previous video I told you about underpopulation, the meaning of underpopulation and what are the causes of underpopulation. So under the causes I told you about the low fertility rate, emigration, that means when a lot of people leaves the country, then some push and pull factors which were there, and then other causes were diseases, epidemics and famine. Now though wherever we face the underpopulation, those are the places where the people have a lot of resources, they don't have any lack of anything and all, but still each and everything has the advantage as well as disadvantage. So same is the case with underpopulation also. When we talk about the problems of underpopulation, so the first problem of underpopulation is the uneven distribution of population. So in these regions where the population is less, their population is, you can say, unevenly distributed. So there are some areas where a lot of people are living, then where people are many people are living, but there are some areas where no one is living. So uneven distribution of population is there. There are some areas which are totally no population, and there are some areas which have lot of people living. So first is uneven distribution of population. So this increases pressure on one region and makes other region unproductive. Then second is remoteness. In underpopulated region, areas are located remotely. Remotely means they are located at a quite great distance from one another. So this remoteness is another, you can say, problem, because the houses, the communities and the population is located remotely. So even if they want to increase the size of the city or the town, it's not possible, because one settlement is located quite far away from other settlement. So remoteness is another problem. Third is underutilization of resources, because less people are living in these areas. So all the resources which are available in these areas in the underpopulated region, they are not used properly, and most of them you can say, get wasted, and because they are not used at all. So underutilization of natural resources is another you can say a problem. Then for example, there are some region in the underpopulated region, agriculture resources are more difficult to develop. Why? Because agriculture resources require more hard work over a long period of time to show a good return, which is not possible in underpopulated region. Then next is slow growth of industry. Industries grows at a very slow rate in the underpopulated region. Why is it so? It is because there are less people living. Less people means less demand. Less demand means less production. Less production leads to less supply. So it's a complete chain. So industries grows at a very slow rate because less people, as I told you, because there are less people living in these regions. Less people means there are less demand of things. Less demand of thing leads to less production in the factories, and less production you can say means less supply. So because of that, industries grow at a very slow rate. The next is climatic problem. Most of the regions which are underpopulated, they remain underpopulated. They have less people living because of the climatic condition, harsh climatic conditions or the extreme climatic conditions which are not suitable for the human survival or for the human life. For example, very hot deserts, very cold regions, you can say, and very densely forested region. These are some of the regions which are sparsely populated, which are underpopulated, because the climate here is not you can say suitable for the human life. For a smooth for the smooth functioning of you can say human life. And so that's why people do not prefer to live in these regions, and that is the reason why these regions they remain underpopulated. So uneven distribution of population, remoteness, it means one settlement is far away located from other one. Underutilization means less people are there, so many resources gets wasted, they are not utilized. Slow growth of industry because there are less people, which leads to less demand. Climatic problem, it means that climate is so harsh that not many people, most of the people, they do not prefer to live in these regions. As a result, these regions become underpopulated. Now the next topic that we are going to discuss is the impact of underpopulation. Now what is the impact of underpopulation? And so when we talk about the impact of underpopulation, the first effect of underpopulation is unstable economy. Unstable economy means, as I told you earlier also in this point, slow growth of industry, that economy depends upon you can say demand and supply. And now because these underpopulated regions have less population, so as I told you, there is less demand, and less demand means less production, and less production means less supply. Because of that, economy do not get developed as much as it should be. So you can say there is unstable economy. Sometimes like the price goes too much down, and sometimes the price increases a lot. So there is no stability in economy because there are less people living. Second is labor shortage, because less people are living in these regions. That means to work in the factories, to work in the farms, to work in the agricultural field, we will not get required number of people. So labor shortage is there. So this is another impact, and less people are available to work as a labor in the farms, in the fields, and in the factories. Third is decrease in pollution. This is a good impact actually. Less people are living, that means less interference in the nature, and less interference in the nature leads to less pollution. So you can say less pollution is something which is a good impact and the positive impact of underpopulation. So if less people are there, they will use less vehicles, and less vehicles and less factories will lead to less pollution or less smoke in the air. So decrease in pollution. Pollution is always low. Pollution levels are very less in underpopulated region. Now the thing is that I have explained you about underpopulation, and I have told you about overpopulation. Now both of them are not good. Too much of population or too less of population, both are not good in one or other way. So we should have optimum population. Optimum population means the population which is not too high and the population which is not too low. So optimum population is best for economic development and for all round development of a country or of a region. And optimum population leads to a higher standard of living. Optimum population leads to good quality of life. So this is what it has, all the facilities which should be required for the good life of people. So that's why we should have a population that is optimum, not too high, not too low. So let me just stop here. In the next video, I will explain you about the factors affecting the population, and hopefully we will be able to complete this chapter by the next week. It is a very lengthy chapter but very important one, because a lot of question comes from this. So homework for you today is the vocabulary. You have to learn this vocabulary, and next week after completing this chapter, I may ask you to write some of these points in your. In fact, you have to write this full vocabulary. This full vocabulary you have to write in your notebook. Especially I'm telling you some important one: human resource, age, and then literacy rate, density of population, birth rate, death rate, infant mortality rate, life expectancy. Next, population pyramid, ME disease, LE disease. Okay, also sex ratio, this also. So these are the points you have to write in your notebook, geography notebook. First of all, you will write these terms. After that only I will give you question answers. Okay, so do this work and we'll continue in the next video. Till then, goodbye, take care.